actually decent people just trying to get by.
Oh. Well, aren't I the lucky one?
The stuff we have in the QZ that you don't have here.
We're self-sufficient here. I don't need you or your friend complicating our lives.
That fence got a year on it, tops. Galvanized wire already started to corrode. I can get you 10 spools of high tensile aluminum. Last you the rest of your life.
I think that he's telling the truth, but I think also that you were not so decent people, Tess and you. Tess, she said so. Ah, the songs. It was you, the songs.
Sooner or later, there'll be raiders. They'll beat that fence and your trip wires. They'll come at night.
We'll be fine.
I hope so. Okay, I'm counting. Oh, I have the feelings. I have the feeling that they're gonna die before the end.
I was never afraid before you showed up.
You're so sweet, really. It's too good to be true.
Strawberry.
He already wants. Stay inside. How many? Huge mistake to come in like that. For sure, he was gonna be surprised and turn.
Frank! Frank! Leave the gas on! Leave the gas on. The fence will kill the rest of them. I have copies of all the keys. Good. Yeah.
You're saying goodbye.
Joel, you can't be here alone.
I'm not alone. You?
No.
I knew it was too good to be true. That's it. He survived? Ah! They got me.
I'm not fighting about it. Back in the
I
bed.
promise you I'm gonna stay up.
Why?
Because this is my last day.
What?
Bill.
I don't know if it's worse or not, you know? Being killed by raiders and to not have the time to say goodbye, or being killed by illness and having the time to say goodbye and to suffer.
I'm not gonna give you every day was a wonderful gift from God speech. I've had a lot of bad days. I've had bad days with you too. But I've had more good days with you than with anyone else. Just give me one more good day. Starting now, maybe some toast. You'll wear what they ask. We'll get married.
I thought about it, you never did! You fool!
I'll show these up. Put them in my wine. Then you will take me by the hand. Bring me to our bed. And I will fall asleep in your arms.
It sounds like a plan.
I can't.
It sounds like a good plan for you, but for him,
Do you love me?
it's painful. decision and I respect that, and he's choosing a good death, you know, but for your partner, you can just accept and live with that, but it's a lot to ask. You're both really brave.
Why are there already pills in the bottle?
Enough to kill a horse.
I swear I thought about it.
I'm satisfied.
About him killing himself with that, but with the pills I thought that no.
I do not support this, but from an objective point of view, it's incredibly romantic.
It is. You're both gonna live together and go to the same place.
Take me to bed.
Let's do that. But the song, the radio thing, someone played it.
If you find this, please do not come into the bedroom. We left the window open so the house wouldn't smell. It would probably be a sight. I'm guessing you found this, Joel. Because anyone else would have been electrocuted or left by one of my traps. I used to hate the world, and I was happy when everyone died. But I was wrong, because there was one person worth saving. That's what I did. I saved him. And I protected him. That's why men like you and me are here. We have a job to do. And God help any motherfuckers who stand in our way. I leave you all of my weapons and equipment. Use them to keep
This.
Show me your arm.
Nothing.
Just finished making the truck battery. It's charging right now.
okay.
I have a brother up in Wyoming. He used to be a firefly. My guess is he knows where some of them are out there. Maybe they can get you to wherever this lab is.
Alright.
I'm taking you with me. There's some rules you gotta follow.
Okay.
Rule 1, you don't bring up tests, ever. Rule 2, you don't tell anyone about your condition. You see that bite mark? They won't think it through. They'll just shoot you.
Mm.
You do what I say when I say it. You clear?
Yes.
I think that last rule, it's gonna be the harder.
What you say goes.
You know, Father.
Reset the countdown every few weeks. This playlist will run over the radio.
80s.
Trevor.
Grab some cans from over there. Nothing dented or swollen.
Dude.
No.
Take it. I think so.
Keep up.
I don't want to see them, please. No, 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 no. Window is open. Okay. I don't want to see them. Thank you for that. I'm totally okay with this episode, with the situation. I didn't cry at all, I didn't need my tissue at all, I didn't need a break at all. Okay, it was a little for the sun, but it was also too... This entire episode was not really for them. You know, for the two main characters, for Ellie and Joel, okay, we began the episode with them and we're finishing the episode with them, but we spent 90% of the episode, in fact, not with them, and the most important part of this episode, it was not them. Like, really, they're part of the story. You walk a lot, you ended, you know, into that place, you discovered that your friends died, you took all of their stuff, and you went away. Like really, it's facts. What happened for them during this episode, it's facts. Okay, they talk to each other and maybe they're beginning to bond, you know, like, okay. And I think that into the game it was only that. But the best part of this episode, the most important part of this episode, the most beautiful part of this episode, it was not them, clearly. It was that love story between these two, Bill and Franck, and how it began and how it ended. And again, I think that it was not into the game, that part. It's really the writers of this show created it. And it was perfect, you know. To see how it began for him. I love this place, you know, how he built it, he created it. He could have all of this stuff. How they met, how sweet it was, how they fall in love, how they made compromises, how they met also Tess and Joel. And I swear I was afraid, you know, for these two to not be so decent. You know, after what Tess said during the last episode about the fact that they did bad stuff and all, I was like, maybe they did that, you know? Like right there, these raiders, maybe it was them. I was afraid of it. The fact that he almost died during this attack, I really thought, you know, at some point that he really died and that in fact after that the other one was just hallucinating everything. Went crazy and all. Oh, it would have been such another story. But no, he survived and you got sick and you were okay to kill yourself, you know, because you didn't want to be at pain and all. And again, I said it during that moment, it's his choice and it's a brave one and it's to not suffer, and I can understand this choice, but to ask that to your partner, I mean, it's not his choice, so he just has to accept and to live with that. And in fact, he chose to not live with that. I thought about it, you know, that maybe he could make that choice because he was getting older, because they already had that discussion about getting older and all together. But the fact that we had this moment with the pills, I was like, no, in fact, you didn't choose that. And I kept in mind the fact that Joel, we heard the song, you know, into his radio, so someone had to play this song, I mean, so I was like, okay, he didn't do it with him. So when we discover, you know, at the end that they both took pills and all, I was surprised, and not because I thought about it, but I was surprised that he really did it. And yes, it's romantic, and yes, it's beautiful. And even that, you know, at the end, the fact that we're not seeing them, the fact that he's asking into the later to not open the bedroom, you know, the door of the bedroom. I was glad because I didn't want to have that image of them, you know, dead and all. So right there at the end, that's why, you know, when we have the camera like that coming into the bedroom, I was like, I don't want to see it, because I didn't want to see them like that. It's not necessary to know that they died and all. It's not necessary to show them dead. So I'm glad that we didn't see them dead. It was really a beautiful episode, you know, to show the love between two people and all. And you know, you can say that it was only episode and it's weird for me to get attached to them so quickly, you know, in just one episode and all. Like, again, I didn't cry for Sarah's death, I didn't cry for Tess' death. How can I cry for their death? Because we saw it, we saw all of it. We saw all of their stories, we discovered all about them, also about their characters, their attitudes, what they love, what they don't love, how they are. When Sarah, we had half of an episode and it was not enough, you know, like I was more surprised and shocked than really sad during that moment. And Tess, it's a little the same, we didn't know a lot about her. I guessed a lot, you know, like maybe she was a cop or a soldier before. Okay, there were, you know, a couple with Joel, but we didn't see them really being close and all. Like, we didn't have any emotional moments with them before that. like right there during this episode, we are discovering a lot about their characters, we are discovering a lot about how they are, who they are, about their relationship. We have already emotional scenes with the two of them, you know, kissing and being close and making compromises and, you know, living stuff together. We have almost an entire life, in fact. We are already spending almost an entire life with them. So for sure, I'm gonna get more attached to them and I'm gonna cry at the end. And I'm gonna cry at the end for them, you know, to die like. I did not expect that, you know. I said it during the intro about that, you know, me not being so attached yet to the characters, so I did not imagine that with episode number 3 they would get me like that, you know, so much. I would cry that much in the 3rd episode. I was right to think that I couldn't cry that quickly for the main characters because we didn't spend enough time with them. But I couldn't know that we would meet new characters and spend so many times with them and I would cry for this character in just one episode. Like, yeah, I couldn't guess that. But for me, it's a good thing. It's really a good thing because it means that these writers, they can do it. They can make me cry like that. They know how to do it. So it's a good thing because it means that they're gonna get me attached also to the main characters and I'm gonna cry maybe also at some point for the main characters. Do you understand what I mean? It means that for the show, for how the show is done, now I can trust the writers to bring me also emotions like that during the next episodes. And with the fact that I have the impression that all of what we had, you know, about these two during this episode was not into the game, it's also great because it means that for the show they can create stuff like that which are not maybe into the game, which are also maybe into the game, you know, really boss, and they can do a lot of things around that, action moments but also emotional moments and all. It's really cool. And again, I'm saying it's really cool for the show. I'm thinking about the show itself for what it is, and it's great. The story, I said it, we didn't progress a lot with the story with the two main characters. With the two main characters, their relationship, they are bonding a little more each time, so it's cool. Oh, it was... I was gonna say nice. Nice, it's not the good word for that, but it was important. All of what Joel is said to Ellie about all of what happened, what he thinks that he knows about it. Again, I'm not sure that he knows the truth. We saw a little of the truth. But all of that, you know, about what the government did, killing these people, just because they didn't have enough place in the QZ, that's rough. But it was important to see that. So yes, for the story, not a lot of things happened, you know, for the journey that the characters are gonna take. For the characters, the two main characters, we had little things about them bonding a little more, but that was all. Maybe one important thing is the fact that now Ellie, she has a gun. So yes, it was really more about these two other characters that we discover and that we say goodbye to into this only single episode, you know. The fact that it was surely not into the game, it's a good thing. It means that they can create good things which are not into the game. The fact that it was a lot emotional, it's a good thing because it means that into the show they're gonna create other emotional things and it's gonna work on me. So you know, I'm finishing this episode sad and I cried a lot and I'm not feeling okay. But it's really good signs for the rest of the show and how much I'm gonna appreciate it. So right there, Joel, that's it. You're gonna go with Ellie on that journey. First, searching for your brother. So maybe you can give Ellie to the fireflies who are with your brother. That's your plan. And the girl, she has to obey to 3 rules. To not bring Tess, to do all of what you're seeing. Like really, that's gonna be the hardest part. I forgot the third one. The test part, you know, I would have loved to have what we had right there for Bill and Franck. I would have loved to have that for Tess and Joel. Because maybe I would have cried for Tess dying, you know, if I would have known their relationship, how they met, how they lived together. Like we discovered into the last episode that they are not coming from the same place, so I think that they met after all of that, you know, happened. I want to know how they met, what they lived together, the fact that right there they made some businesses with people outside of Boston and all. I think that it's interesting. And also, Tess, she said that they did also bad things together. So I think that it could be interesting, it's important, also it's necessary for us to know that, and it would really help me to connect with Joel and to understand his feelings and to feel things for him and all. Like really, if we would have had an entire episode for Tess and Joel, like we had one right there for these two, it would be great. Maybe they don't want us to have it so quickly, maybe they're gonna keep that for the end of the season. Memories like that about Tess and Joel. It would be cool, really. I want that at least. Like I want also things about Ellie, you know, into that military school. I think that she lied, I think that she was with someone when she got beaten. So it means that maybe she lost friends, you know, who transformed and all of that, them. Marlene also for sure, the fact that she put the baby right there into the military school, like how it happened. But that, I think that I'm not gonna discover that during the season 1. I think that it's gonna be for season 2 or 3. Oh, I didn't expect to cry that much. To cry, for sure, and to cry that much, and for characters that I didn't know before this episode. Really, again, I'm sad and I'm not feeling okay, but it's such a good sign for the rest of the show. I'm really trying to see the good thing, you know, with that, with me being not okay right there. It means that for the future episodes, I can not feel okay like that for the main characters, and it's gonna be even worse. And it's a good thing. At the end, it's a good thing. It means that the characters are well written, that the situations are well written, that it's well done on screen, that it's good pictures. The lights also were great. The musics that are really subtle, you know, that are really going with the moments, and it's cool. Okay, I'm gonna finish this episode right now. That's gonna be really painful to edit this episode. Again, for the version that you are seeing on YouTube, I'm gonna be forced to cut so much. Go check my Patreon if you want the extended direction part of it. I think, you know, for the first episode it was 20 minutes longer. Right there I think that it's gonna be a little the same. Check the description to know that. Okay, it's all for you and for me for this video, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.